I always thought that rosé was going to be easy to make. I'm like, oh, we'll just make a quick rosé.
It's the hardest.
So it's very difficult. It's very difficult. So
That's funny.
You're basically making a white wine with red grapes. So
Okay.
we're fermenting it at a cooler temperature. So we got to control the temperature. You have to control the skin contact so you don't get too much color.
Wow.
So of course, it's like in real estate. If you're not experienced, you have to cut your teeth on, how do you get the air conditioner? How do you clean the heater? What's that little filament? It's a big wine drinking culture because wine and food are, in my opinion, wine is food.
Goes well,
So
yeah.
we always drink wine at dinner. And
The people that overthink about like, oh my God, what's the vacancy rate? What's that number and this number? And then all of a sudden they never do nothing. And then 10 years pass by and that property is already worth 200,000 more. The US government does not want real estate to crash. And that's the truth. And even if it made a crash in 2011, that was on purpose just to do a little reset.
right.
And that's it. COVID, it should have crashed, they pumped money. You think something's gonna happen in the next few, no. Why do you think the rates are lowering? Why are the Fed guys coming up? Because they don't want to crash.
Yeah.
A lot of economy goes around real estate.
We all drink wine at home and stuff. And then when I was in college, when you go to college, you want to be like, what can I do that's going to make me unique?
Yeah.
So I was the guy who was like, I have a bottle of wine, Chianti, in my room. Stay close to your culture, feel, connected.
Yeah. So
Girls come over.
The Italian guy.
The Italian guy,
That
right?
had the Chianti. Yeah.
Right. And I didn't know that people don't drink wine in college. We're drinking beer, the worst beer in that one. Younger people want to try new things. They want to learn about new flavors and tastes. They're not just drinking Miller Lite and Coors.
No, not anymore.
So I said, well, why not wine? So, and that's
I
why
agree.
we started it.
My dad made wine, but it became vinegar.
Oh,
We use it for vinegar.
All right, everyone. We're XR Podcast number 62. We're in Ravenswood in Chicago with the great Warner DeJulio. Greg's here, obviously. We're at his winery. This is one of the few wineries that are technically, it is, we're going to find out about this, right, Warner?
Produced and bottled in
Produced
Chicago.
and bottled in Chicago. So when you read the label on the back, that's very important. We're going to learn all about that today. We're going to find out his story, how he got started. But guys, he's got a speakeasy here. This place is awesome. And he makes the wine here on site in the city. The grapes come from California. And
And we're going to talk a little bit about real estate too.
Of course we're going to
Because
talk
he's a
about
big
real estate, 'cause
investor.
we're
He's an
real estate-
investor as well.
Yeah, he's big time real estate tycoon, Warner
Yeah,
DeJulio.
yeah.
So guys, stay
he's the
tuned.
next-
Watch the whole thing. We'll get started. And it's going to be another great podcast.
The next
And hopefully we have a little bit
The
too.
next guy,
Hopefully
Grant
that's us open
Cardone.
one of these.
yeah, right.
All right, guys.
We met at, I think we were at Pronto or something. And you were saying you were looking for a space. I don't know, but how long ago was
You met
that?
at Pronto?
I say at Pronto.
Cafe Pronto.
Yeah, I mean, we
This
would
was-
ever. We'd go there and we.
This was, man.
So you'd ask questions about real estate, and then you said you were doing the wine thing, and so,
Right. Well,
What year was that?
I don't remember. A
2000
long time ago.
It's like 2015 because
Oh, wow.
we were doing home batches.
Okay.
So Franco's brother from DiMaggio, he said,
Oh, DiMaggio, you know the
"Let's do
DiMaggio
cafe."
family.
Yeah. So we were all friends.
Yeah.
And he said, come over and help me make wine.
Wow.
I said, okay.
Okay.
He's Sicilian. So
Yeah.
And in Norwich, everybody's making wine.
Yeah.
In their,
In the garage.
Right in September,
Yeah.
everybody's open. They have their garage open.
Yeah.
They're cleaning all their equipment. You
Yeah.
know, like you have the same
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
at your
I'm
house.
an amateur.
No, but it's the same.
Same, yeah.
So there, so he says, well, come help me. So okay. So I go over, opens the garage. We go inside. He's got the machine, all the hand by hand,
Yeah.
the crank and the press. So we were doing it, right? We did
Wow.
the whole crush and everything, all the grapes there.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we did the wine. It came out pretty good.
Yeah,
It was all manual. I mean, it was manual.
Yeah, it's a lot of
everything.
work.
He had his head in the barrels. I'm going to pass out so much alcohol in here. So we did the press. We did the aging, like in Norwich. Everybody's got a basement.
Of course.
So we're carrying these Demigiana. There's one over there, but these Demigiana are heavy. There's
Like 15 gallons,
They're about
right?
15 gallons. So we're like going down the stairs,
Yeah.
and it's like not the new real estate. So
Yeah, I know.
So it's a narrow staircase.
Yeah. From the 40s.
It's
The
just
ranch
not
got
legal
built in the
anymore.
40s. 50s.
Yeah, the rise over run is like
foot is
3
big.
inches by 18 inches down. So we're trying to get it down. Okay, and so we got it down, and it ages for a year or whatever. And the wine came out good. We were like, okay, good, it's good. So his brother has the restaurant,
Yeah.
and he's like, I gave it to my customers. I want to sell it to the customers. I said, Franco, you can't sell homemade wine. It's illegal. He's like, forget about it. So I was like, I'm thinking business-wise, like, okay, how much do we need?
Yeah.
And we can't make 15, 30 gallons. We're going to have to make
To make
more.
it legit.
Yeah.
And then we have to get more equipment.
Yeah.
So I said, we can't buy all this equipment and then go to jail. I mean, we
Yeah,
might
of
not go to
course.
jail in Harwood Heights. I think
No.
we know people. But
But still, you
The
get
wine
fined.
police.
we're going to get fined. We're going to have all this equipment,
They're like,
barrels,
stop
tanks.
it, you know? Yeah.
So then I said, there's got to be a way to get a license.
Yeah.
So I'm like, go on Google.
Yeah.
And I applied. I applied.
Wow.
And then it's
Just
called
like
the,
that.
the basic permit. It just takes forever. So
Yeah.
it goes through all this procedure.
Okay.
So is that with who? The state?
That's what the federal government.
Oh, federal.
So the feds
Federal.
first. So the
They wanna
feds
make
are
sure-
like
they want to make sure you're not like doing anything
Al Capone.
suspicious.
Yeah, bootleg.
We're Italian. We should be able to
You're
get a
not
license.
recycling money, you know?
Right.
I think that's when we do inspections. It's like if you're Italian, you get the kitchen in the basement's illegal unless you're Italian. I'm like, okay. Wait, what's the name? All right, you could have the stove in the
Plus,
basement.
with him, he has a great mix, Greek and Italian.
Right.
So there's
Yeah.
two stoves.
Drama and
No, no,
passion. Yeah. No, but that's so the federal government. It's the TTB. It used to be called the ATF.
Okay.
But they make sure that you're gonna,
Yeah.
Really they want to make sure you're going to pay your taxes.
That's not what it is.
They just want to make sure you're not
And you got
doing
nothing.
illegal
Yeah.
and you can pay your taxes.
You don't owe the IRS,
Right. I mean,
Something
they
like
take
that.
their dollar every
Yeah.
gallon.
Yeah.
They take $1.09 or whatever.
Yeah.
And once you do that, then you have to you have to wait and get the state license.
Okay.
But think about with real estate, like to be able to start that process, you have to either have a lease or a deed
Okay.
to a commercial property.
Correct.
So
Wow.
there's another story, but I was trying to get my cousin's garage for his commercial, like a 3-flat.
Yeah.
I was trying to use the garage, and
As
where we're at.
the commercial spot,
well, just to
For a
get the, can I do it here? Because I'll rent you the garage.
you're like, whatever.
But then the state inspector comes.
Where was your cousin at? What?
He was in Napolitano's ward, so it was funny because that's another story.
Oh, he's Napolitano ward? Okay.
Yeah, it was by off of Harlem.
Yeah.
And he's like, I said, we had to rezone this to be able to do it. You have to have a C zoning.
Yeah, exactly.
C32 because it's light manufacturing.
Yeah.
And it can't be. So it's all these.
If we had
restrictions.
XR back then, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah,
we could have done it.
I would've
actually.
done it.
We had
Would've
liquor
done it.
license next time. Second location.
The next location.
Second location. Actually, I got a good. We could
The
make.
speakeasy
We could
behind
get
the-
good speakeasy.
Actually, we
have
do
you
have a
seen
good
XR
spot.
in the back?
We do have a good spot for you.
All
Dude,
right.
we have a great spot by the alley. Oh, it's gonna
That's
be perfect.
part of the mission.
Perfect. So I don't have to go nowhere. I could drink wine right there.
There you go.
You know.
Put you in the wine club. You're automatically in. So yeah, then we get the state license. And
Okay.
Then that was going downtown. I mean, it was.
Me.
We're going downtown.
Wow.
And they said, just send it in.
You got a partner for? as
Me and
well?
my dad. Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, you make it with Franco, and they get the restaurant. Then they want to sell it. Then you have this idea. So then it's just
Let's start a winery. Yeah.
But that's just you and your dad just taking off. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
guys have this idea. Okay.
Right, because I mean,
But you always liked wine, I assume.
yeah,
right?
I always like that.
Big vino guy.
We all drink wine at home and stuff. And
Yeah.
then when I was in college, when you go to college, you want to be like, what can I do that's going to make me unique?
Yeah.
So I was the guy who was like, I have a bottle of wine, Chianti, in my room. Stay close to your culture, feel
Yeah,
connected.
yeah. It feels
Girls
like
come over,
The
you know,
Italian guy.
the Italian guy,
That
right?
had the Chianti. Yeah.
Right. And I didn't know that people don't drink wine in college. We're drinking beer, the worst beer there was. But feel. So I was
We
always
still
I
made
always
it
liked
unique.
wine.
Yeah.
My dad never made wine with me. But he made wine with his grandfather or his dad. So my grandfather back in the day. But so my dad got into it.
Yeah.
He liked it. He was like,
My dad made wine, but it became vinegar.
oh,
We use it for vinegar. I'm like, Papa.
how much salad are we gonna
Use the vinegar. Don't worry. I'm like,
Well, I want to get.
got
I
like a
want.
whole, like-
I want to get on that when we get there. I don't want to interrupt your story, but yeah, I want to. When we get there, we want to see okay. There's a lot of amateurs,
okay.
and we could talk about where they go wrong.
Yeah,
But,
we'll
but,
talk
but
about
anyway, so you're going back and forth from the city.
the state. Like
The
I was
state.
at the Thompson Center State.
So how long? How long did it take?
That took about 8 months. Like the feds took a long time, and then as soon as they get the ticket, it's like they have these TTB agents,
Yeah.
and there's like this many applicants. So then as soon as they get it, they call you, okay, and it's all formal. But they call you and they say, okay, could we change this this sentence that's your description? Could we make it say like okay, great. Yeah. So they get it done quick.
That's cool.
Because it's more like they're on the clock. Once they get that ticket, they have to get it done.
And then the state,
not like
and then the state, you get your cousin's 3-flag garage, and the state inspector comes.
The state inspector comes.
That's pretty cool.
He's like, "Where?
Let me back the car out."
We opened the garage. It's got stuff in it. I cleaned it out. He's like, "Legally, you could do it here, but this is not really the. I mean, you'd have to get the zoning changed from R to C."
Yeah.
So then I called my cousin Frank, and he's like, "Well, I know the alderman." I called the alderman, and he's like, "Warner, I can't do it if it's illegal." He's like, "If it's legal, I'll push it through.
Can you imagine how many
can't do that?
How many liquor stores are going to pop in the garage in the block?
To change zoning from R to C.
No,
I mean, that's like you have to get like 8,500 people to sign a petition.
That's a lot.
So then the guy's like, "But why don't you look for a commercial space?" So I said, "Okay." So I went on Craigslist.
Okay.
And
Craigslist.
Yeah, I went on Craigslist and I found some flex spaces.
Flex space.
And this was it. And it was the reason why it worked is because the brewery in the front, the original brewery, had done the rezoning to C32 because this was all M.
Wow.
And you can't have M and have people like customers. But C32, you can have it.
Wow.
So I'm like, perfect. So
you kind of got lucky a little bit.
I got lucky because the landlord, she's a Greek lady, real nice.
Yeah, we just met
her. So I was able to negotiate with her, but this is Malt Row. So this is Malt Row. There's 7 breweries on this block.
Wow.
And then Koval Distilleries here.
It's pretty cool.
So that, it's just kind of serendipitous that it happened to work out here. So
now we're here. And then you start and you're...
So we got the lights, we get the license.
So how long you been here at this location? Sorry to interrupt you.
So 2017. So 16.
So 8 years.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
It's almost a 10-year. 16 is when we made the first vintage. That means when the grapes are harvested.
Yeah, what does it mean?
When the grapes are harvested, that's the vintage. So the year on the label. So like this label says 2022.
Okay.
If you put a vintage, then that basically means that the grapes are 90. There's a certain percentage, and it has to be from that year.
Got it. They're hard. I mean, the grapes come from the 21, 23, whatever it is.
Right. That's when the grapes are collected.
And then they send it to you.
And then we get them sent on refrigerated trucks.
Oh, wow. Because you make it here.
We make it here.
I walked in and there's a beautiful smell of wine.
Actually, it reminds me when you were talking to me about this before, you were trying to follow the rules to have the claim that you make it in Chicago because you wanted to have it made in
Chicago.
And you're like, well, to make it in Chicago, you have to do, or what do you have to do? You have to order so much grapes.
Yeah, so basically on the label on the back.
Yeah, I'm looking.
So if it says produced and bottled by, so it's a little label lesson.
You got bottled Chicago.
If it's produced and bottled by, that's a technical term, and that means that it's produced and bottled by our winery here.
Got it.
So it says Chicago, Illinois. Now Chicago's a good brand name.
Yeah, pretty.
Whatever's going on in the world, but
it's pretty. Chicago's Chicago. Yeah.
Chicago's Chicago. So it's a good brand name, and it means that it's an urban winery. It's made in the city. I wanted people, because the breweries there were so many breweries, and people were trying these jalapeno beers and random things. So what that told me is that younger people want to try new things. They want to learn about new flavors and tastes. They're not just drinking Miller Lite and Coors.
No, they're not anymore.
So I said, why not wine? So, and that's why we started it. Because I said, well, this could be good. Just start the winery. Not just serve, Franco at his restaurant, but also, be that education for people.
It kind of also like the real experience, right? Like they come here, they see the wine. It's right, like you literally have a showroom there where you're making the wine and they could see it. Or I saw some, because you got a pretty good Insta page. In my opinion,
we just got 5,000.
No, it's pretty good.
It's good, man.
Listen, it's pretty good, man.
We were at Osteria, and I was like, we gotta do a video.
It was awesome. I checked it out. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
And I saw a video where people I guess it was you made this wine and it was the first tasting.
Oh yeah.
Is that part of who participated? The people that are in the wine group or wine club?
Well, in the wine club, I always invite.
How does it work?
I always invite the wine club members to come and get involved. Now you don't. It's like my free labor, but it's also education for them. You can't go anywhere. Chicago is a restaurant destination. People want to eat here. There's great restaurants.
We have we're lucky. We got good spots.
Yeah, I remember growing up and we drive in the city, and I'm like, wow, I get all these different smells and all the restaurants.
Yeah, a lot of culture, different part of the world.
Right.
It's pretty awesome.
So it's a big wine drinking culture because wine and food are, in my opinion, wine is food.
Goes
so
well, yeah.
it goes, we always drink wine at dinner
and stress.
and stress and de-stress, right? Why are all these teachers drinking all this wine? I don't know. But
you would be surprised in the real estate world.
I've got lawyers, real estate, and teaching. But yeah, so they, I said, well, there's got to be, people don't see the process. If you go to Napa or you go to, Italy or you go to Greece or you go to, if you're in the farm, you see that.
But you got to go actually an experience, right? You have to like sign up, go to their
right.
It's not like a local place.
No, I get it.
Where I could just walk in,
right?
You know what I mean, and see you making, I don't know, wine and giving it to me. That's pretty cool. It's kind of. It's kind of like a little boutique thing too.
It's a boutique, winery, and we do like the punch downs. When we're processing the grapes. I have that window behind the bar that you can see in.
It's pretty cool.
Because I wanted them to see the reality. There's a big thing about reality. This is the reality, and we've been here during events. I'm like, well, I got to do punch downs. So I'm back there in a suit. People, oh my God, it's so cool.
Oh, while the event is going on.
Yeah, because there's if you go on my Instagram, there's one I'm in a suit with a tie, and I think it was.
He did it. We did it. That's on my story before I got here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I saw it.
Yeah, we were just.
He's like, "Come on, let me do this." Well, you got. That's how they get the punch down. That's how they get the color, right?
Yeah. So the color is extracted from the skins of the grape. So 99% of the grapes don't have pink pulp.
Okay.
It's like a blueberry. You cut a blueberry in half. It's not. It's like clear on the inside.
Okay.
The blueberry color comes from the anthocyanins, or the color from the skin. So the grapes are the same way. Now there are some grapes that don't participate in that. They actually have a light pink color. So we make a wine called Tannat, and Tannat has that. It's a
Tannat.
Yeah, Tannat is a southwestern French varietal that grows mainly in Uruguay now, but we produce it here.
Wow.
And it has pink pulp. So it's really dark in color, natural dark color, not the food coloring stuff they put in all these other wines.
Yeah.
And it's the truth. There's just mega purple. They're adding. There's a misconception of that. So it's a great, and people like it because it's different. It's not Cabernet Sauvignon, which is a great grape too.
Of course.
But it's different. And
it's
so that's what we're trying to do, is teach too. And so you don't have to feel uncomfortable. You can actually try wine and learn about wine.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. How do you get the rosé color?
So the rosé can be made a couple different ways.
Because I'm looking like these two, I kind of have an idea, but rosé,
that's why we
I'm ignorant a little bit.
That's why we call this the Touche Rosé, because I always thought that rosé was going to be easy to make. I'm like, we'll just make a quick rosé.
It's the hardest.
So it's very difficult. It's very difficult. You're basically making a red wine with a white wine with red grapes. So we're fermenting it at a cooler temperature. So we got to control the temperature. You have to control the skin contact so you don't get too much color.
Wow.
So of course, it's like in real estate. If you're not experienced, you have to cut your teeth on, how do you get the air conditioner? How do you clean the heater? What's that little filament you got to like sandpaper off?
Yeah.
And that's what happened with the rosé. I'm like, okay, the color is perfect, because the book says, look at the color and then pump off a certain amount of the juice.
Yeah.
And then make it into white wine. So I did that. Well, the color's perfect. Okay, get the pump. Oh, the pump's over there. Get the hoses. Oh, they're not clean. So then I'm like doing all this work, and by that time, the color was too dark.
Oh
my
God.
Oh my God.
So you went through like a process and experience, right?
Yeah, you go through the cutting your teeth of the industries, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been talking about this wine a lot. Right? I know it's morning.
It's not morning. It's noon.
Oh, it's noon.
Well,
in Italy, they
in Italia, for pranzo,
right.
we have for lunch we have a little glass.
That's it.
That's noon.
Give the owner of.
I'll get the glasses.
Yes.
We'll do a little.
And then we also want to know the whole meaning of Vin 312.
Yeah, so Vin 312, I was looking for a name, and I'm going through all these names, like Passaggio, and I was trying to make it Italian, make it Greek, how is it going to be, what kind of name could I make it?
Yeah.
And I wanted to make it a Chicago thing, because it's an urban winery, so I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what about the Big Shoulders Winery? No, it's too gimmicky,
Yeah.
Second City Winery, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So then I'm thinking, what can we do? And then I'm thinking, okay, Vino.
Yep.
But then I'm like, oh, vino's kind of,
Generic,
it's a
everybody
little
uses it.
I mean, we're Italian, but it's not. It doesn't flow.
You want to connect with.
I want to be, and then one of my purposes was I want it to be classy. I want it to be not stuffy, but a classy place, like a speakeasy. That's why it's kind of morphed into this speakeasy. I want it to be classy.
Yeah.
So the label, I think when we did the label, I said I want it to look classy.
Yep.
But not stuffy.
Exactly.
Some of these labels are like, okay.
Too much.
It's like cursive and all.
Cursive, and then you got
Too
the
much,
farm in the back. I said I want it to be classy. Chicago's classy.
Yeah.
Speakeasies are classy.
Yep.
And even the motif of the bar, I brought in some colors that I wanted
looks
to
nice.
be.
Yeah.
So because I think you should be able to sit down with your partner, your girlfriend, someone you met, and be able. One of the secrets really was that I wanted these small cabaret tables where people can just put their phone away and learn how to communicate. Just put your phone away. We all have this problem. I mean, but share a bottle of wine. Don't ever get a glass.
I think in the long, absolutely
what to
share.
say.
Yeah, you share.
I know
about
what to
it.
say.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. But in the long run, I think this is coming back though. I think there's
Don't
a
you
demand.
think?
Yes, 100%. Because now with AI, robots, all that stuff, people want more. Social media. People want the one-on-one interaction. I think it's coming back, and that's why the speakeasies are huge. I think in Chicago. Mm-hmm. A lot of the restaurants, of course, are. And a winery like this, I think I'm telling you, man. I mean, you've already been successful, but I think you don't even know how successful you're going to become. I think this is going to become big.
Yeah, when I started,
You got a great
idea. First thing they do is they say, it's like when you're buying real estate.
What did you do just right now?
Oh, this is like.
What? This is kind of
This
cool.
is called the
No,
wine-
I never.
This is a plug. This is called the wine disc. So the guy
Usually I'm
owns
like
this.
buying the thing, but I'm like,
This is the best.
Okay.
This is
A wine disc,
basically
okay.
a piece of plastic, looks like metal.
yeah.
They actually have these branded. Your logo would look
This
really
is
good
sick.
on these.
Yeah, you're giving me ideas. I
Wine
mean, we're gonna
disc.
do a party here for XR.
We should do it.
And we're gonna maybe get a bunch of
We
discs.
can get them branded.
Yeah.
Winedisc.net, the guy who owns it started, he probably made so much money, he didn't even have to get the .com. He's just like, man, this thing.
He doesn't care.
It's just physics. You put this in the bottle and it doesn't drip. So I'm pouring
Can
a
you
glass.
see this?
Yeah.
Look at this, man.
It's a piece of paper.
This is sick.
Here, we'll just pour a whole glass.
This
We're
is
not
so
messing
sick.
around. Look, it doesn't even drip. They're really good for presentation because you see it.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more formal. If I poured this from the bottle, I don't care how good I get.
It doesn't
I have
matter.
to have a towel.
100%.
Okay, so one of the
So
things
today you're gonna give me some with the wine I'm buying.
That's it. I get
as well. Okay.
One of the things I always say is that you have to pour the glass to the person you're with. The only way to share is we have to serve each other. And I learned this in Mexico City, believe it or not.
Wow.
There was this subculture where when you go out, everybody would order a bottle.
Yeah.
And they were not expensive. You go get a bottle for
Wine?
$80. No, well, spirits or anything.
Spirits, yeah.
When you go to a club, everybody got bottle service. And there was an unwritten rule in Mexico that you couldn't make your own drink.
Yes.
Your friend had to make you a drink.
Yes.
And anybody, right?
And
And it was like that. No, give it to me.
Yeah.
And that was the thing. So I'm gonna pour yours, and you can pour me.
I will.
So I tell people that because you're serving each other, right? And that creates a connection. I don't care what anybody says. Like in our religions, right? I mean, we go to church. It's
Correct.
communion. We're served. You serve. So And then we gotta say salud.
Well, first they could say that this passed the test because Greg didn't spill it. Even with
There's
Greg, he
nothing
didn't spill. He didn't drip. He didn't drip. There's nothing here.
I'm pretty bad. Yeah.
All right.
All right, salud.
All right.
Salud.
Shentan.
Shentan.
Salud.
Shentan.
Salud, guys. This is awesome.
So that's the 2022
That's nice.
Really
Cabernet
good.
Sauvignon,
Really good.
Horse Heaven Hills, Washington. So we bring fruit from Washington State and then from California.
It's it's a good blend, I guess, but it's light too. Like it's
Yeah, it's not as heavy.
it's smooth.
This is 100% Cabernet.
It's
Sauvignon.
super smooth.
Yeah, it's
really
aged in
good.
French oak, for about a year. This was about almost a year and a half.
So so you get the grapes from Washington. You come here.
Did you bring some cheese, Frank?
I did
go.
not. You got anything in the cooler?
Put them in the pantry.
You got anything?
We might have some in the fridge.
No.
I'm just kidding.
So we get the grapes. So we were saying.
Okay.
So you get the grapes. I mean, because you say aged in French oak. So what's the
the
process?
process?
Let's just go through the real quick. You don't got to get
No, I'll go quick. That's the problem.
Not quick.
When I do tastings, they're like, "Want to pour a wine? Stop talking." Like I'll talk about the whole process, where we got started, and people are like waiting to get the wine. So, but I get a phone call from the vineyard. Okay, the grapes are going to be ready next week, probably Monday or Tuesday or maybe Wednesday. So I said, okay. So I have to get the truck, order the truck, make sure the truck's there, refrigerated. I got to do all the logistics. So that's another thing, logistics. Okay, so you have to in a wine, like in real estate. If you own real estate, you got to be an accountant. You got to be a maintenance guy in the beginning. You got to be a lawyer because you got to make sure they're doing their job.
Yeah.
Seems like you own
Seems like you own real estate too.
I do. For property. I got to keep buying.
Right.
So let's work that out.
I love it. All right. Let's finish it. We're gonna get bigger in wine. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's the goal, right? So we get the grapes. So once they get picked up, now I have 4 days or so to make sure everything in the winery is ready to go. So,
4 days.
Well, yeah, because it takes about 4 days to get the fruit from California.
Okay.
They come in a refrigerated truck straight.
Okay.
They used to drive all day long, but they can't do that anymore, so they have to drive tandem to get here in that time.
Okay.
So me and my dad, we get all the tanks cleaned, we get the fermenters ready.
I mean, you're hands-on. You and your dad are doing it.
It's hands-on.
It's you and your dad.
Yeah. I mean, I have some employees that come now and some of the wine club.
But you're involved with the whole process.
Yeah,
Like this wine I just tasted, you literally.
My feet weren't in there. My hands were in there.
I don't. It's fine. It's fine.
Get a close up. I told.
I'm positive you clean
I told people like my hands are clean, but the grape skins when we're doing the punch downs, if I don't use gloves, it gets in your pores.
Really?
It's like a henna tattoo. You can't get it off for like 2 weeks. So we get the grapes, and we have a destemmer. So we remove the stems. Sometimes you can keep the stems in. Like we were in our garage, we were doing like field blends where we just blend all the grapes together, leave the stems. But sometimes the stems have too many harsh tannins, which is that kind of a bitterness.
Okay.
So we remove all the stems.
Okay.
And we just have the skins, the juice, and the seeds. That goes into a fermenter. So we use IBC totes, we'll use tanks.
They're stainless steel tanks or a
tote. Plastic tote, yeah. Most, picking bins is what they use in California. They have a bunch of picking bins, and they're all plastic, and they'll just ferment in them.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Does the city come and check you like once a year or something? City inspectors?
No, knock on wood.
Okay.
It's funny. I did all this stuff legally by the book.
I mean, you're federal. Like, this looks legit as a, I mean, it's pretty, yeah.
We did all that work and they haven't come yet. So that's good and bad. One day I'm sure I'll get a call.
Yeah.
City came. So the city license is, that's to serve wine.
Yes.
So of course in the beginning, I was just giving samples out.
Yeah.
But technically in Chicago, you have to have a liquor license to serve liquor, no matter what. Even if it's free, you can't give samples out. So we kind of towed the line a little bit, I'll put it that way, for a little while. We did get talked to once. We had to pay a little fine.
I got it.
That's okay.
It's part of the process, yeah.
You have to go forward and you got to do the best you can.
Yes.
Of course, you got to be safe.
100%.
The building department, when you change, this is another real estate thing, commercial real estate, when you change a building that's not made for public use. Like if this was a bar, it'd be easy to get a liquor license.
Yeah.
But when you change a warehouse into a bar, now you have to do all the revamping of all the equipment.
Yeah.
It's
restroom, heat.
Electric ventilation, plumbing,
Hey, but you're here. You got it done.
Yeah.
I mean, it's awesome. Your license like up to 2 a.m. I'm super impressed.
And then we had to be a tavern. So
that's
now
huge.
We could be a tavern.
I mean, I think you should take advantage of that little by little. I mean, this is really good.
Yeah, no, it's good. So you get the grape, you got it in the stainless steel, they ferment in there.
We ferment. We got to do manual punch downs, like you do at home. Mm-hmm. So we got to stir the grapes, push the grapes down, and what that's doing, essentially, it's like a tea bag. This is my new analogy. It's like a tea bag, and you put the tea bag in. All of that color doesn't come out of the tea bag. You have to dunk it so that it goes into the juice. The thing about wine is that there's, as fermentation happens from the yeast, the carbon dioxide is pushing those grape skins to the top. So we got to push them back down. So we get the color from the skins and all the phenolics, the flavors, all of the aromas that come from the skin. That's what we want to get. So we need to push that in. We also have to add oxygen. So yeasts need oxygen when they're fermenting.
Got it.
So we have to, by doing that process, we're injecting manually, that there's some love going into it, right?
Yeah.
Well, like when we do it at home.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like your father's there, you're there, your kids hopefully come. My kids don't want to be here anymore, but they were in the beginning, they were like, okay.
They're excited.
It's part of that, energy going into the wine. I believe that. And then oxygen. So then we do that 3 times a day for, depending on the temperature and God and everything, depending on everything.
Yeah.
It takes about 2 weeks, week to 2 weeks.
But you keep it cool, but
Right now it's about 60, so that room is really good.
see, that's the difference between doing it in your garage. Like you could control the temperature, and you get a longer.
It's a little bit longer.
You get a lot, which I think is better.
Yeah, it all depends on everything, but yeah, if it's longer fermentation, you can kind of. Well, it depends on how hot it is, but you can kind of keep the fruity aromas in the wine. Sometimes you want to get a lot of extractions, so you want to get it hot, but that makes a different kind of wine. So it's not just you crush grapes, and there's some techniques. People are like, what's the difference between your wine and the other wines? Well, the way I do it is unique. The way that we do it is unique, and people like our wine. They like the way we do it.
Why does this? Sorry to interrupt you.
No.
Why, for example, I like wine, so I like a lot of whites. I like in the summertime. Red time now is a good time to have red.
Greg's
why
looking for someone to serve him.
Thank
That's
you.
right.
Thank you.
That's right. See?
As they do in Mexico City.
But this is like I have tried other, Cabernet
Sauvignon,
whatever, however you
right.
say it.
It's French.
It's more smooth. Like it's different from other ones.
Well, yeah, I mean, our wine.
Is it the grapes? Is it you? Like.
Yeah, I mean, it's really
There's probably so many factors.
one of the main things between our wine and small producers, and I mean, small producers make way more than we do.
Yeah.
It's the ones that you don't know about in the grocery store. It's not the Maomi Pinot Noir and Josh and all that stuff. I mean, God
Little
bless
secret:
them.
when I go to Benny's, I'm always looking for the underdog guy.
Yeah.
Like.
Right.
The famous Tignanello? Now it's like a $300 bottle at Benny's, and the restaurant's like $500.
Right.
When I bought it the first time, it was like $25. It was an underdog, and then little by little, it got up there.
That's another story. We'll go in there.
We'll go with that story.
That's the Tignanello. They were the first ones to do the Super Tuscan. That was a big thing.
Yeah, that's huge.
But yeah, I mean, the main difference is that.
But this is not far off.
No,
I'm telling
exactly.
you.
No, I mean the quality. I mean, we work with really good vineyards. I mean, family-run vineyards, organic, all the labels, but it's a family-run business that they care about the vines. They really are there.
Got it.
I go meet with them. Hey, come on over. You're in town? Yeah, come by.
You've been out there?
Yeah,
in California and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I meet with the wine. He's a winemaker too, but his father, I know his father. And, there's always a story that they have, and then that gets translated. It's like a big baton race. What is that? The track and field
Relay.
Yeah.
So you got
That's
the
cool.
guys in the field, and those guys, the pickers, the growers, a lot of people from Mexico, South America, they're working hard,
working their ass off. Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of work.
Yes, it is.
So they're putting energy. If they're not happy, then and that means they're not getting paid right.
It looks like
they're
you
not
believe a lot in the energy.
There's a lot of energy.
Yeah.
I believe it.
I
Half
believe
of
in
this
it too.
stuff is
Me
mystical,
too.
man.
Me too,
you
man.
know what I'm saying? It's not just. That's why wine is different. I mean, it has to be good. I mean, if it's bad, there could be a lot of mystical things. But it's in vinegar, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think that goes into the vineyard manager, the picking time. Can I mobilize all these guys to go pick? Are they not happy? Are they happy? Are they going to throw the grapes, or are they going to take care of the grapes as they go into the bins? That comes to me, and now I got to take it from there. Either they're going to pass the baton to me.
Got it.
It's either going to go well, or I got to fix a bunch of stuff. Like, oh my God, the acids are wrong.
Got it.
We have some bacterial problems.
Got it.
And if that goes well, and all of my aging, so after the fermentation, we drain the wine, we press the wine, me and my dad were there yesterday, 2 days ago, bucketing it in, doing the press, getting all the remaining wine, and then that goes into a barrel, and it ages for a year. If I do all that right, which is not always right, it's not always perfect, which is another thing.
Yeah.
It's not always perfect.
I mean, you have had.
Yeah, you were telling me the other day, actually just recently, there was a little door, and you're like, hey, should we just open this?
Oh, on the tank, right? Not having the experience of like big wineries. There's a tank. It's called a manway. So you can get into it. So I thought it was drained enough, and I'm like, we'll just open the door, and like let it fall into a drum. Well, there was way too much pressure.
Oh,
so
shoot.
We lost a little bit on the floor.
Wow.
Oh my God. But
I mean, you learned throughout the past 8 years.
well, yeah.
Like I'm positive, a lot of mistakes and and lost some money and
there's a lot. Yeah.
and positive.
It's like,
but that's what made you better and better.
it's like real estate. Like
Yeah.
you do the numbers, you're like, okay, it's going to
100%.
make 10% a year, great. And you're like, how much does that air conditioner cost? Oh my God.
10%, then all of a sudden
I
it
didn't
becomes
even-
like, man, I think I made 3% this
Then
year.
you made, you
Or
hopefully
maybe I
made
broke
zero.
even,
Right,
you know?
right.
And
Until you refine the processes, right? I mean, in real
Yeah.
estate, the first property I bought, I didn't know
Yeah.
about a lot of that stuff. I didn't know the vacancy numbers were way off.
But I feel in life you have to like jump in it too, right? Because the people that overthink about like, oh my God, what's the vacancy rate? What's that number and this number? Then all of a sudden they never do nothing, and then 10 years pass by, and that property's already worth 200,000 more.
Yeah, even
You know what I mean? Even if he would have lost 10 grand a year, he would have still been ahead.
Yeah, I think a lot of people they overanalyze and don't take the action.
Yeah.
There's people that don't even can't put a sentence together and they're like, wait, they own what? They own this? They do this? You're like, but they just figure it out. You keep going. I think the first time I came here, you were outside, you had 2 barrels. You're like, man, I just ruined these barrels. It's like $1,000.
Yeah, right. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't rinse them out.
You're like, oh, they'll make good tables.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean we're like
One of them.
Oh, is that the one? I remember you were like kind of
good.
pissed off.
we know a lot of the old school Italians, right, and Greeks. How many really got into business or bought buildings, and did they know what they were doing when they opened a restaurant, or like 100%? They didn't even speak English.
They didn't speak English.
But one thing, they had grit. They were willing to work, and even if it was missed, they would just get up and do it again, over and over again.
You figure it out.
And they figure it out.
Tenacity,
That's
called?
it.
You have to, you have to not be afraid.
Yes.
You have to control that emotion. I was doing this one seminar, like a personal development seminar. It was like, okay,
Yeah.
there's a story you're creating in your mind,
Yes.
and that story is not real.
Yes.
So that
It's all
story
in
could be
it's
negative.
all in your mind.
Yeah, it could be
lot.
negative. You
Yeah.
could say,
Yeah.
don't do that. And then everybody's going to say not to do it. Don't get involved in real estate. What are the 3 T's?
Yep.
Toilets, termites, and... Toilets, termites, and...
I never heard it. See, that's why we bought. No one told me.
I
the
don't
3
think about
terms.
it. Yeah.
Well, you know what? You worry about termites. Well, just
Listen.
the first deal I did was there was termites in the
Yeah.
crawl space, and I said, well, how much does it cost to fix it?
Yeah.
Well, it's about $5,000. I said,
Yeah.
okay, so I got a credit.
Yeah.
That's
Whatever.
it.
You
And
work
then
it
I got
out.
it fixed.
You work it out. But there's so many people who would walk away.
Well, yeah, and
Be scared of their life, walk away, and then never buy again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, years pass by fast. And then all of a sudden, 10 years pass by, and you
got nothing.
you got nothing.
And you never tried. You're like, oh, I could have done it. I could have done it.
It's always
Like I don't want to live. I don't want to die with regrets.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it all, and that's it. And I have made mistake, many.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Right, for your mistakes.
Yeah, there's a saying. It's like when you buy, it's expensive. When you sell, it's cheap. So when you're buying, you're like, man, is this worth it? But then 3-4 years down the road, you're like, oh man,
even where we have the office right now.
Yeah,
Like,
I was like, oh,
it was a disaster.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know about this. I was like,
like,
yeah, shoot.
I'm like, Frank, we got to wrap it up. Don't worry.
I'm like,
Let's get it done.
Because
Don't
it was
worry.
kind of like you had this, you got the tenants.
Yeah, there was a lot going on.
The place was in shambles.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't in shambles. It was solid.
But
now it's like, oh man, thank God we got it.
Thank God. Exactly.
So,
Well, yeah, because it changes, With the winery, it's the same thing. I mean, when we got started, it was like, you're going to do what? You're going to bring grapes? I've had guys tell me,
Oh, people
your
thought you were
wine
crazy.
cannot be as good as it is if the wine's made in the vineyard.
Over there.
I said, well, that's pretty ignorant because they bring guacamole all the way from Mexico,
Yeah.
and it's still green. They bring Chicago's. It was a massive port for refrigerated rail cars that brought meat all the way to the West Coast. So if you understand biology and chemistry and a little faith, that it's possible. Absolutely.
I don't think that's a problem. My biggest question for you, because most of the wines that I buy, just to be real upfront, I'm always looking at the label, the one that's come from Italy, in Puglia, in Sicilia, in Tuscan, right?
Yeah.
I usually stay away from the California one, but I don't know. Here I'm having another different experience. I'm liking this.
Right.
What do you think? You as like the expert. I'm like just the realtor guy here. Just when I'm stressed out.
Hey, what's the difference? What do you think?
If you're afraid, learn and try things. I think if you're afraid of California wines, I think, wine. These grapes are vinifera grapes. Okay, that means the European original grapes. The ones Malbec, Cabernet Sauvignon, Sauvignon Blanc, and then they brought those vines.
So at one point, those vines came from Europe.
Yeah, so they brought the vines and then they planted them in America. In similar longitude, latitude of like France or Italy or Greece. So they did that and then they grew here. So in the beginning, there were a bunch of, you got to watch the movie Bottle Shock. There were a bunch of, cowboys and farmers, hippie farmers in the 70s. And they grew in Napa Valley, and then they started making good quality wine. People never believed in it. They said only the old world. The old world is where we come from. And then the new world is in American wines. There's great California wines. But there's also mass-produced wine. There's the Paisano gallon. We've all had it. We used to use it to put our wine. I mean, that's like high sugar.
So what do they do? What do they do with that one versus like?
Well, they add sugar.
Sugar.
So in America, the problem with the way things are done here is that we're all addicted to sugar. There's sugar and this is an Italian thing. If you go to look at the bread at Jewel, every bread has sugar in it except for Toronto
and enriched flour.
And enriched flour.
That's
and all
one of the biggest
other
thing too.
Right. There's a lot of sugar added to our food.
Yes.
Okay, and then they do that to wine.
Yes.
So they strip the tannins out. The tannin is that dryness. Like you feel that dryness on your tongue.
Yeah.
You don't do that in France and Italy and Greece. Like you keep that in because that's all the health properties come from the tannin, the body of the wine,
I'm feeling good besides the...
Well, the alcohol's in there too. But,
I'm joking.
The alcohol.
After a glass of wine
that's
a day.
That's not the tannin, that's the alcohol.
That's the tannin, right. But there's no added sugar in my wine. I don't back sweeten it so that it's easy to drink.
Yeah.
It's easy to drink if you like wine, which people have to move from the
That's true though.
to the drier.
Because some people don't understand wine.
Yeah, so that makes good sense. So it's like people are addicted to so they taste it, they're like, I don't really like it. It's not sweet. That's why they're addicted to that, like sweet dessert.
That sweet $10 Cabernet Sauvignon that's black.
Yeah.
Look at the color of this. I mean, maybe the camera.
No.
But if you look at this color, you tip the glass. None
of my friends have helped me out
God,
here.
I didn't see
yeah. Man, you guys forgot about Mexico City, man. How long has it been? All right, let's do it.
It seems like the guests are drinking more than the guy who makes the wine.
He
still has his first glass. This is our third.
He's working, He's ready as hell. Right.
Trying.
So, okay, what are we doing? We're tipping it over?
So if you tip the glass like that and look against the white background.
You can see through it.
You're seeing through it. And this is Cabernet Sauvignon. If you go to get Cabernet, it's like they add this food coloring.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah. Or they blend.
Wow.
They'll blend other like Tannat into this. Well, that's going to change the flavor immensely, and it's going to change the color to be black, opaque. You can't. That's not really the color of Cabernet Sauvignon. If you go to Napa, certain vineyards, certain regions, it'll be darker, but not black.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
That's kind of the way. That's the way. That's the way.
All right, guys, we have a live issue. Or show us our live issue with your tenant right now.
All right.
Let me see. The heat's not working. It's cold.
The heat's not working.
You're not providing heat?
I'm not providing heat.
What's the real issue?
I don't know. Here's a picture of the thermostat.
Oh, it's on cool.
It's not on heat. I don't know. But I said heat, H-E-A-T, and.
But that's how it is, buddy.
Yeah.
But that's how it is.
It wouldn't go on any. Well, yeah, she doesn't. Yeah.
It's an Airbnb society. That's pretty much it.
Instead of figuring out and you got YouTube, you got all these tools to do it. I had one. They text me.
There's even more. There's ChatGPT.
Whatever.
But it doesn't mean nothing. People don't use
So
it.
I had one. It was like, Frank, it's dusty here. We gotta get the air ducts clean. I'm like, it's boiler heat. There's no ducts. There's no ducts.
Get your ducks in a row.
So you got some in Little Village, some Douglas Park. I like your Douglas Park location. I think that's up and coming.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
You got to kind of ride the storm a little bit.
Well,
the problem is, anytime you buy something, us too, the people that have been there, they're kind of embedded in the building, kind of inherit, like, they want to dictate to you how to do things.
Right,
and they feel
I own it.
They kind of like play you a little bit, like, oh, I got to be cool, but then I'm going to tell you what to do, and then they don't think, it's just a weird dynamic. It's a weird relationship because they've been there longer than you, so they're going to kind of tell you what to do almost. So you probably got some of that going on?
Yeah, like they own the property. I've lived here for 20 years. I'm like, I understand that, but you can't do these things. I don't know what to tell you. I want to work with you, and
Yeah.
but we can't, there's certain rules, and it's not,
Now, when you say rules, what are you talking about? Just so people...
Well, man, I had this one tenant, it was illegal. She was doing some illegal things.
Can you say?
It was like prostitution,
okay.
And I said, you can't, and it was, I was getting phone calls from...
Really? From the other tenants?
And I had a call, it got to a point where I had to call DCFS, dude.
Really?
And I put a claim, I called them, and I called the 10th District, because I got a mother came to the house. And she said, "Where's my son?"
Oh my
gosh!
gosh!
There was some weird, yeah.
Weird.
So and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. So then, and I had to put the hammer down.
Wow.
I said, I'll start the eviction, but I already called DCFS and I called the Cook County people, and then the lawyer calls me, because they have these public lawyers that, and she says. But my client has tenants' rights. I'm like, okay, no problem. And I had to learn this too. I said, no, I know you're a lawyer, but this is some illegal stuff happening. I can't have this here. And it's with kids. I said, I'm telling you right now. I already called the Department of Family Services. She's like, I think you should tell your client that. So right away, all of a sudden, she was gone.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's a bad story, but you're going to get difficult tenants that they think they own the property, and you have to respect if they're good people, then you can bend a little bit. But man, if it's not, I think it's tough.
Yeah. So what made you decide to you did the wine, and then you did I got you. Then you did the wine, and then what made you want to get into real estate, like get some rentals? Because you got 4 properties now. Right?
I was it's funny. I was watching. I was during COVID, and I wasn't doing anything. Nobody was doing anything. I was doing some cooking shows, and I was like binge watching stuff on YouTube about real estate. My buddy Hector had bought some properties, so my buddy Peter. He sent me a video of this guy Grant Cardone, right? Grant. So he sends me this video. He's like, well, watch these videos. So I'm watching all the videos.
Yeah.
And, for better or for worse, he's pretty motivating. And, like, get out of your head. Find a deal. Don't worry about money. Find a deal. Don't worry about money. So kind of the similar things about, like, don't be afraid. Don't worry about things that are not a problem until they're a problem. And
Yes.
So I was binge watching these videos, and I was watching some other videos, and then I just started finding out more people were buying real estate, and more people. And then I started looking at numbers, started learning about basic math. You forget all this basic math. So I'm doing numbers and looking at what an investment is, and this is stuff that my dad never was really into real estate or anything. So he didn't know about this stuff.
You just work hard.
It's just different generation.
Yeah.
So I started using some of the tools that I learned about when I was doing the winery, like don't be afraid.
Yeah.
Just we got to buy 5 tons of grapes, Dad. How much is 5 tons of grapes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You read Rich Dad, Poor Dad?
Then I watched Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Kiyosaki, and then all that stuff.
That's good. You learn. You try stuff learning.
Yeah. So, all of that stuff started happening. And then I went to, the first property I bought was in Little Village, and I went to I just was walking into like for rent, calling them just to learn, And I went into one on off of 26 in St. Louis, I think. This is for rent. And as I walk in, now I was dressed like you. I didn't have a suit. I didn't have the suit jacket on, but I had I wasn't wearing jeans. I was wearing almost like this. Maybe I was like this. I had a button up and a strip.
Yeah.
So I walk in. Some guy was working on the property. I said, I speak Spanish. So I'm talking. Oh yeah, I'm looking for. Can you tell me about this rental? So he starts talking to me, and he says, well, he looks at me up top to bottom. He's like, are you looking to rent here? I'm like, no, I'm actually looking to buy. I'm looking to learn about real estate. He's like, I didn't think so. And so we became friends. He's like, whatever you need, let me know. Whatever you need, let me know, and I'll help you. Whatever I can do. My father-in-law owns a lot of property around here, and he just passed away. But I was his right-hand man. So then I just it was kind of like I made a really good friend, and he it's a long story. The family wanted to liquidate all the property, but he's like, don't sell any of this stuff. Why are we selling these properties? But the brothers of his wife wanted to sell, and so he's like, I'm selling this 3-flat. It's a really good property. You should buy it. So I looked at the numbers, and it was a termite one, the thing that had the termite. And we'll send me the report. So I had an inspector go down. The guy I met at our real estate meetup. He goes down there, puts the suit on. He's crawling in the crawl space. And he's like, dude, you gotta replace the main beam, some joists.
Yeah.
I said, well, how much is it gonna cost? So I called my cousin Frank, who knows a guy, who knows another guy that's a carpenter, a master carpenter. This is the kind of carpenter that's like, go get some car wax, at the car shop. Get the wax. For what? Get the wax. And he's like, you gotta butter the boards so they slide in. I mean, all kinds of carpenter tricks. So he goes down, we replaced the beam, he replaced the joists. I got some, day laborer guys, and we just fixed the problem. But anyway, I met this guy, real nice guy, Sheldon, and that's how I got into it.
So you have one in Little Village. Do you have 2 in Little Village?
I got 3 in Little Village.
3 in Little Village.
Nice.
And then,
That's your spot.
Well,
how many tenants you have?
I think it's
in total?
16, 18.
Okay.
That's good, man.
You got
That's
up there.
good, man.
I mean, for the past 4 years, owning.
I added a unit in one of the basements. It's kind of not so legit.
In-law arrangement.
In-law unit.
In-law. It's called in-law.
City of Chicago.
It's called in-law.
It's an in-law.
You got to use the right terminology.
I got in-law.
You got in-law. It's an in-laws. All right.
Well, you have to learn where do you get the good cockroach medicine? Where do you,
He knows, man. He knows all those spots. If you ever have infestation issue, Warren knows. He learned about wine. Then he got into real estate. He learned he knows about wine.
These bugs are different than those bugs.
Yeah. I mean, you remember one of the buildings I bought?
Oh yeah,
in Schiller. It was full of cockroach.
Yeah, full.
And the whole thing, cockroach was jumping all over. I didn't back out. And then there's another one that I bought next door. Thank God.
People will freak out. They won't even buy.
Dude, we were under contract. It completely flooded, like 2 feet of water. And Frank, I talk with him. Me and him are always we've been past 20 years talking about our real estate. My headache, his headache, whatever.
Right.
We kind of feed to each other.
Our therapy, So
I'm like, Frank, what do you think? He's like, I'm like, okay. He's like, it's still a good building. I'm like, what do you want? For free? I'm like, you're right. I'm like, okay. So he not convinced me, but he gave me it was
courage.
Nice too. He courage, yeah.
Encouragement.
So I got a crew.
While
I was under contract. Not closed because the bank's my lender's I can't see it like that. So we went there and just demoed the whole thing, and that's it.
But we started real estate in the foreclosure era.
Yes.
Oh, so in the foreclosure era, no banks cared about nothing.
In 2008,
okay.
That time?
This is what happened. Go ahead. You started right in the middle of the foreclosure. You got your license.
Yeah, I was in
11. What is 2010?
No, right in 09 to 10.
10. So he
I started at the
started
beginning of 10.
Yeah, I started 03. License 03. Right away, because I came from Italy and I wasn't making money at these jobs. I was working in banking. They're telling me how good I am. I have clients follow me, winning trips. But
3% raise.
My transmission 3%.
Right.
It's 80 cents. My transmission breaks. I have no money to replace the transmission. $1,000. I don't even have $1,000.
And you're like,
so I'm like, what the fuck? I'm doing something wrong.
Right.
I'm going back to Italy,
Right.
So anyways, long story short, I start my family, my great-grandpa that I never met. He was in real estate back in the 40s. I always heard that in my mind. So anyways, I'm like, and I meet a client, Jose. Nice guy, God bless him, from RE/MAX. Nice guy in the bank. And I see his checks coming in. He's always happy.
Yeah, something about that.
Yeah,
like
it's
the
true.
first of the month. Ding, ding.
And he tells me, yeah, you could get in. And he helped me a lot. Like I use his MLS, like,
Oh, yeah.
I did. I couldn't even afford to get the membership. So anyways, he helped me out a little bit. And then I worked for an Italian company, Interdome, around the area. And so I got in. And then, but it took like a good 5 years to do it part-time. Because I didn't know nobody.
Right.
And in the meantime, me and Frank are hanging out. And then he got into a little bit. But I had bad experience too. I bought in the South Side, Englandwood, where they stole the furnace. Because I want to become, this is my problem was I was trying to become rich fast.
Yeah, right.
So I was, before YouTube, actually, thank God YouTube wasn't big back then because I would have been more stupid.
Yeah, right.
It's the truth. So I was
How
trying
do I
to
make
those
you
videos.
become more stupid?
Buy
So
60
Frank-
units.
No, so I'm trying to do all this creative stuff. Frank is telling me, he's always like my good, I have different friends, right? I have the bad
The
angel.
wine friend.
Yeah,
The bad angel, good angel.
And then the guy, good angel. Frank's like, you gotta do it right. You gotta do it. It's not that kind. You work, you save, you buy. You work, you save, you buy. That's it. That's what he kept telling me all the time.
That's the formula.
That's the formula. So I'm trying to get creative, all this stuff.
I was trying that too, don't worry.
So I got burned in the South Side. Overnight, they stole my furnace, stole water heater, you name it. So I had to let those property go. Like I literally short sell 2 of them. Then I had another one where another buddy, it didn't work out. And then I finally understood I have to work, save money, and buy it. And then Frank, thank God I met Frank.
I was right. But
And he was right. And
where I was going
we started
was
buying a lot of property.
the thing is not being how we weren't fearful of it was because when in the foreclosure era, like right now, never. I don't know. Did I sell a foreclosure the last 3 years? Maybe one. Maybe
one,
I don't even
two,
know.
yeah. But back then
it was like
every other
90% short sales foreclosure.
Yeah, man.
And when you get a short sale foreclosure, if you get a short sale foreclosure,
Oh, thank you.
that seller does
We
not.
need to edit this podcast.
That seller does
Follow.
not. That seller does not care. He had
get a little
it in
my-
his hand. Then,
my S
then he's got to lean over
popped
again.
in,
I'm trying to help the guy out. The seller does not care. He ain't getting nothing out of the property. So
When
pipe breaks.
When the short sale.
Yeah, this and the bank. People don't understand. People have
The
this,
bank doesn't
People
care
have
either.
this philosophy, this idea that the bank's so desperate to get rid of it. You got to
No.
think of it. Some guy in Georgia.
No.
Guy in Georgia, sitting with a bunch of files,
Yeah.
making $12 an hour.
Yeah,
Do
he
you
didn't
think
care,
he
fuck.
cares about Summer House and
So any problems that were
Brookfield, Illinois? That's,
long story short, any problems with the property, we just were hands on.
yeah. So it's like
The bank. There was times actually, I bought one 3 years ago, the one across the office, and I still did the same.
That was
It was
a
a foreclosure. Yeah, and I still did the
because
same.
I would
It
tell
flooded. I went in. I'm like, whatever.
because
and
I like
Right.
the place is on. I go. You got to think the place is unoccupied. So if water's coming in, no one's there to turn the water off or a pipe breaks. No one's coming there for 2 or 3. It could be empty for 3 months. So when we back then we would even educate our clients because our clients didn't have a lot of money.
But not a lot of people understood.
Yeah, and we would
Not
be
a
like,
lot.
hey,
Yeah.
you got to think of it. This is your place now. I go, these utilities, just put them in your name. You might be out $50.
Listen,
but you can control the heat. These guys don't have the heat on.
Let me tell you.
Right.
Let me tell you something. Not that I want to put it out there. It's not a big deal. I don't count numbers, this and that. God bless, whatever we've done. But these properties where we took a headache, where nobody would have gone. Like literally, there's properties that were in the market forever. Everybody thinks that we're saying we're stupid. There's properties that were we bought I don't know. I bought it literally. There's $400,000 in equity.
Right. Well, I think the difference is
And I
the
done
type
shit.
of problems.
So-
If I saw some properties, the damn wall is if there's a major structure.
That's
sure.
That's
Listen,
different, man.
but a lot
I think
of
I brought you to my Little Village listing once.
Remember
I'm like, I
that
got
one?
this place in Little Village. I can't sell.
Was there a
Warner.
structure issue?
What?
Structure issue in that one?
Well, we went in there.
The
Me
wall was
and
like
me
that.
and Warner were looking at each other like this.
I mean, that's different, man. That's different.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
No.
It was
I
Well, I'm
sold it.
telling you about
Sold
cosmetic.
it?
FHA, by the way.
How the hell did you sell that FHA?
Hey, man.
I'm a
I go,
master.
we'll
You better
fix
not
it.
tell. Not tell the
I
agent.
go, listen.
Yeah.
Hey, she goes,
We
"Sell
make it
FHA."
work.
I go, hey, man,
make it
let
work.
them come. We'll take care of it.
We make it work. We make it work. Yeah.
That's funny, man.
Yeah, dude. Some of that. Yeah. Sometimes, see, a lot of people, like a lot of the offices, there's nothing wrong. We love all the offices. But
No, yeah.
they would never, they were like, oh my God, we can't do FHA there. I'm like, listen, you could try.
Try it.
Let's see what kind of appraisal we get, what kind of little things he puts on the report, and we could fix it.
Yeah.
You know?
Fix it,
But you
get the deal done.
gotta, you can't.
But some people will list, sorry to interrupt you, going to real estate, they won't even, let's say grandma has to list a property, and they'll say, no. And they'll put on the listing, no FHA accepted. What do you think is going to happen? You're going to get less money because then investor Warren's going to come like, hey, I got cash, I got conventional, but I want a good price.
Right.
Instead, if I get FHA guy,
Right.
I could get you good money,
more
better
money
money.
available. There's more
Little
money
headaches,
available.
but I could get more money,
Right.
more demand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just, it goes back to that, the whole idea of not, well, it's education. Everybody's afraid until you learn
Yes.
or you experience something. So if
I
you
mean-
don't experience it, then you're going to be afraid of termites.
If everything looks like the same and the house is straight, yeah, that's something. The house is
Yeah.
straight, and especially if it's brick. Brick doesn't bend. That's what I tell people.
You like
Si-
brick.
Yeah, that's, I like
Well, siding.
Frank likes it.
The thing could be leaning.
Siding
There
can
could be
melt.
bigger things, and you just slide new siding. You can't. You cannot see anything. But if it's brick, brick's not gonna bend. So if something's going on, you'll probably be able to see it. So you got to think. Like you go in a neighborhood in Chicago. Okay, you get a problem with this house. The same guy who built this house probably built that one, that one, that one. You think he just screwed up on this one? Now, something could happen. I'm not saying never. Say never. And you got to add it up. If there's an issue, you got to add it up. Like, okay, if I got to fix it, I got to fix it. But there's only been very few times that I thought, like, there was one where it was cinder block, and I could literally look down the wall, and I see the cinder blocks on top of the
Yeah,
foundation.
but cinder block,
and
Frank.
it was like this.
Let's say the truth. Most of cinder blocks,
And
they're built like in 1915.
yeah, no, I know, and I
A
told the
lot
guy,
of them, unless they take care of them.
I told the guy, he
There's
kinda-
issues.
he wanted it, and I was like, listen, man, I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Yes.
I've been doing this for what, like 16 years now. I go, I've seen a lot. Never really seen that.
Never seen that before.
I'm just saying.
But
So
you're
I
embarking
go,
on the
I go, you
unknown.
can fix it. The guy can fix it. I go,
But
when
listen,
you
Frank.
resell, it could
Yeah,
be a problem.
yeah, but we have to correct that sentence.
No, I'm
too.
just saying.
Because you never know. Maybe he's buying for the lot. Maybe his location. You
wasn't,
don't know.
but I'm
Maybe
just-
there's some
I-
zoning
I just
change
gotta tell
that
him.
you don't even know about. So we cannot just, you know what I mean? Everybody buys for
No,
different reasons.
no, I'm just saying.
And it probably
when
could still
people
be
ask my
work.
opinion, I just.
Yeah. I always tell them
I
too. but
go,
I'm like,
you know, like I've seen this, I've seen that, I've seen like, okay, this stuff is everyday stuff. Like, yeah, I know there's an issue, but it's everyday.
Right.
But sometimes there's
yeah.
not every.
But at the end
anyway.
of the day, real estate is always good, man. Think about all
There's
the
a-
people
there-
that would have bought like 2012.
No, there's only so much land. There's only so much real
Yeah,
estate.
yeah,
There's only so much. You can't
It's
keep
all
creating.
going up, man. I mean, I let property in.
I'm positive all your
It's
properties
it's a
are pretty-
long-term game.
Pretty
I
good,
I-
right?
It took time. The Douglas Park property.
I think that's a good
Park is
one.
good,
Bought
man.
it for $425, a 6 unit.
That's a
Six
great
units.
That's a great one.
Oh man.
It's just that I mean,
I'll give you 430.
All right. Or
You want it?
32.
I'll give you make a
No,
little
but
money.
you're so I you know what made me say it's a great one? I think a couple, maybe longer. It was a short sale. I sold it cheap. Good building, 2 flat in Douglas Park. When I sold that place, I had 4 agents call me being like, what do you think of that area? Like, and it's medical. The thing is, you got
Changing
work.
up.
You got work there. You have people. There's hospitals.
Yeah.
There's people that work. There's professionals there.
Yeah, but look, guys, we could talk about Pilsen, Wicker Park,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
those areas where even
You just gotta tell.
even here a little bit
You
where
just
we're
gotta
at.
ride the wave a little bit. It's gonna be bumpy
Yeah,
road, but
so-
you gotta get through it.
Yeah.
You know, teach the guy to heat this heat.
I'm positive the
heat
Greek
cool.
lady that bought this 20 years ago. I'm positive she owned it
Her
a long
husband-
time.
her husband
It was
was
okay, and
It's
now
okay, right?
she's banking on it.
Yeah.
I mean, all this timing, and then the big thing I always say on every podcast: the U.S. government does not want real estate to crash, and that's the truth. And even if it made a crash in 2011, that was on purpose, just to do a little reset.
Right.
And that's it. COVID, it should have crashed. They pumped money. You think something's going to happen in the next few? No. Why do you think the rates are lowering? Why are the Fed guys coming out? Because they don't want to crash.
Yeah.
They want to be motivated. A lot of economy goes around real estate. And that's it.
And,
Well, yeah.
and there's a lot. The younger generation.
prefer the
a
money
lot
to
of
be
them
worth
don't
it.
own, man. So there's a big people that need to own.
Well, that's
and they
what,
don't.
That's what. I mean, who's the other guy that I've been watching?
Who's the other guy you watch?
Who you watching, man?
You watch Grant?
Anyway, I watch. God, what's
Some other real estate guy?
the real estate guy? Yeah. Anyway, he.
What is,
I mean, him and Cardo say the same thing. They want it to be a renter's nation. People wanna rent.
Cardone kind of talks about.
Well, he
both
goes-
of them. He goes
pushes
too
it.
much.
Right.
He can't talk.
I'm
like,
a Cardone at the
he tells people, "Oh, you make $400,000. That's nothing." I'm like, okay, dude. You're
Yeah.
not,
Yeah, but
you're not in reality.
Where the fuck are you living?
Yeah, you're not in
I
reality.
mean, come on, 400 grand is good money.
You're not. You're like the top half, 3%, or not even 0.3% of the population.
Yeah,
Right.
so
I think the idea is that
The concept's good. It's just kind of
It's the-
not reality a little.
But
to me the energy of it. Okay, don't be afraid. Don't be in fear.
no, the energy is
People
great.
are going to be renting. People want to rent. To your point.
No, the energy is great, but remember, for me, my opinion, sorry to interrupt you. When you go on YouTube, all the stuff, get the energy, get the ideas, but don't think they all have an agenda.
Well,
They all have they're selling something. Listen, even if you guys follow me, at the end of the day, I want to sell real estate.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I want to make money. That's why I'm doing these posts. What do you think I'm doing? it for
Right,
free?
right. Of course you
I'm
wanna
doing
make-
just to be a nice
of course you
guy.
wanna
I do. I do it because I like Warner's one.
I mean,
I don't know
we're
what your
trying
agenda is.
That's our agenda, right? Of course, then we're trying to find them a house and they build equity, this and that.
Well,
Maybe
you want to
they'll
help
different.
people. I mean, it's like, want to help
Yeah.
people, but that your business is
Yeah.
selling real estate, and you want to help them. I mean, you're not going to sell them something that just because.
Yeah.
Just like wine, I'm not going to try to
Yeah.
sell them garbage.
No,
I want to. I
exactly.
want to help them.
You wanna
learn
help
about
them,
wine, and
But
then
Grant Cardone is trying to sell that you invest like $200,000-300,000 in his
that's
in his investment
side
fund.
thing. Right,
That's it.
right.
You know?
Want to invest in my investment fund? We're all create one. It's called
create-
VIN312. You can invest in a barrel of wine. You get free real estate advice.
Listen,
Is that part of the wine? Is it the wine club?
But it could be. We
You
could
make
make a
this
new club.
you make this as a sick speakeasy. I will consider.
It could be a VIN312 XP
Greg.
add-on. It could be
know?
you get the free real estate advice, a discount. You know what? The funny thing is that, like I was talking about before, this is a community. And we had these three purposes: sharing, learning, and reality. And then one of our wine club members is like, dude, this is like a big community. Like people like
It
to
is.
come here and hang out. So we've been adding this community thing. So it's like that. Like
How many
who is
people
your
you have?
group,
Like-
in our wine club?
Quite a bit, yeah. If I could ask.
Oh man, it's going on the internet. I think it's like 350.
Oh,
you
that's good,
kidding me?
man. That's good.
Yeah,
Dude, that's a
350
lot.
members. We're trying to get the 500,000. 10x.
I mean, little by little.
No, I mean, it's a close
but things take-
family.
things take a long
350 is a
time.
lot, dude.
Things take
so
time.
So when you're in a wine club, where you get to come here, you get a.
You should watch.
You get free tastings as
Let
a
me-
member.
Sorry to interrupt you.
No.
You should watch a guy that I like, and he'll tell you. Like, he took him a long time. I know you go online and everything. Gary V.
Oh yeah.
He was a wine guy before.
Yeah.
By the
that's
time,
right.
by the time for him to take off, it took him like good 12 years.
Yeah.
12
Oh,
years.
it's
12
not-
years plus, and then it took off. So things take time.
It's not easy.
Even my agents, I tell them, it takes time. They get a license, and 1 year they want to make big money and drive. I mean, God bless what I drive, but it's like it took me time. I didn't get that out of, it just happened overnight. I had to deal with the cockroach. I had to deal with the south side. I mean,
Yeah.
it took time.
And there's a lot of agents that don't like we buy rentals. A lot of agents don't. They think,
Oh, they
which
don't
I get because okay, in a year maybe I make $6,000-7,000. I'll just try to do one more deal,
Yeah.
and I'll make it. Or maybe even if I make 15, I'll try to do two more. It's like two more sales by the time I deal with this. Risk all my money, but it's the long road. The real estate's a long game. I'm meeting someone after this till later today. I'm in the city. And I kind of tell, it's a young kid, he's trying to get in the game, and he's trying to play the market, and I can see it. He's trying to
Like
play.
stocks, you mean?
Yeah, he's like, well, I want to buy this team.
does
I
that
feel
right.
like this is going to go out. Like, he's trying to play real estate like a stock market.
Oh yeah.
So, he's looking at stuff. I'm like, okay, this is a dump building. Like, I wouldn't, think back to the place leaning. Like, that's what you're, like, this is for, so. I'll try to, I mean, whatever, he can buy whatever he wants to buy.
Educate him.
But I'll try to tell him, like, hey, get something a little more long-term, and you'll be,
But you'll be
upside.
surprised. But you'll be surprised. Like, even agents, you might think like, oh, all agents, they got it in the market. Dude, only like maybe top 3% of them buy. Like, I'll give you an example of my office. We got 38.
That is true.
38 agents.
That's true.
38. Not even all of them own like a primary home. But from 38, you know how many agents own like more than one property? 3.
Yeah.
And 2 of them is me, him,
Yeah, right.
and one other guy. That's it. Everybody else does not own an investment property.
maybe
38.
I think there's maybe 4, one other one.
Okay. Yeah. There is one more. Yeah. You're
The
right.
thing is that if you're not
Kind of. She does.
if you're not investing, I mean, I try to, and thank God, that I got involved in this because I try to teach my kids that too. Like, listen,
Yeah, me too.
look at the numbers
Me too.
and understand And I remember doing it. We were talking, and the kids were young, and I said, okay, you have $20 of jujubes, or whatever they call them now.
Yeah.
Candy.
How old are your kids now again?
16 and 14 now. But I said, you have $20, and I'm going to say, this $20, and this, you buy $20 of candy.
Yep.
And I put the candy in this box. Okay, I'm going to take this, I'm going to print another $20 bill. So I said, how much candy can you buy with the two $20 bills? Oh, it's $40. Oh, I give $40 and double the candy. I'm like, no, it doesn't work that way.
No.
I said, you just deflated the value of that candy by the two.
Correct.
Oh, we don't, and they don't understand. And I didn't know any of that. And then most people go through life in America and just, or anywhere, and just.
So sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, go ahead.
I done just an advice or something, whatever, if you want to take it. But I don't know if you've done anything, but I done with my kids. So, of course, we done parties, right? Communion, Italians, right?
Sure.
We did a communion party, the graduation. They make like $3,000 here, $5,000 here. So anyways, they had some money. I'm like, and then throughout the years, I've been buying buildings. When they got to 10, I'm like, hey, listen, you want to make money in your money. So I made them take out money, like each one have invested. I got 2 different buildings I purchased in the past 5 years. And they invested money. And then they have checking accounts, and I send them 15% on their money.
Yep.
So I told them 15% of your money you're going to make cash on cash. And they get like little deposits. Sometimes they forget, like, why am I getting this $20 every month? I'm like, what do you mean, what are you getting? You're getting because you invested with Papa. And so,
See, I remember.
And so that's what I've been doing.
I did that, my son, my daughter, she's not there yet, but my son, I had taken a loan. So I took one of the properties, I took what is it, 60 grand? I took a 60 grand loan at Parkway. It was a business loan. And I used it. It was, 8.5%. But the building was doing, way more than that. And So I said, do it. Take the loan, And I was telling people, I'm like, you give me, or what was it? Was it 8%? No, it was, about maybe it was like, I said, listen, if you've got extra money, give me money and I'll give you 5%, 6% on your money. You won't get that at the bank.
Correct.
I just.
100%.
So I told my son, I said, listen, give me you got $500, $300?
Yep.
Let's do the math. And it was funny because, and this is not a Parkway thing, but I had the old Parkway Community Bank register. The old book.
Yeah,
printed out. Remember the savings book?
They love, the old people love that.
I can see the number. and
I worked in banking, so we had that.
Okay,
at one point, we had it until like 2010.
Right. Well, they still have it. So my son from my grandma got a bunch of savings bonds, the old school. They would buying a savings bond every year for your birthday.
Yeah.
Well, when she passed away, he got like $1,100 in savings. He was, young. So they gave me the book and the savings, and every month I would go get it reprinted. It was like, not every month, they would reprint it, and it's making like 0.05%. And it was like 5 cents, 6 cents. And every month this $1,000 is in the account.
Yeah.
The bank's like, great, well, we're loaning this money, making money. So I was talking to Jimmy about it. I said, well, Jimmy, listen, give me $200, and we're going to divide it. I'm going to give you 6.5%. And you're going to invest in his property. So similar, but it was to offset a loan. And
we're good split.
Bravo.
We're good split.
Abbiamo, there's more bottles.
No, we're good. We're good. Do it. It's noon. It's not.
I kind of like it.
It's not 8 p.m.
So I have a little record, like a little chart, and it's got a little box. So I said, this month, $2 is your interest.
Yeah.
And then I have a little box, and he signs it, and then I put the check mark. And it's exactly the same thing you're doing. So then he says, well, Papa, can I put that money from Grandma into the? I said, yeah, because you're making 0.5%, and we can make 6%.
Correct.
So he's like, but we never learned this stuff.
But little things to help them to think.
Right.
It's not about the $50, $100 they're making.
No.
It's to open their mind. Because we grew up kind of like, our parents were surviving, right? They came from the old country, they couldn't even buy food there almost, depending on what kind of family you came from.
Right.
And so for them, like giving you one home and some meal every day, like my dad used to say famous saying, God bless my dad's still around, but my mom passed away, but they used to say like, hey, I'm like, oh, Natal. And they're like, if there's a meal on the table, it's every day Natal. Every day is Christmas. So for them, it was like, you have a meal on the table, every day is a holiday. Yeah. You know? Yeah. For us, it's different, right? Our kids, like, we give them a lot. You know, meals,
we gotta like beg them to eat.
Yeah, we gotta beg them.
We're like, oh, please eat. Well, my kids eat, but
But yeah, your kids are actually good. But
Jimmy wanted to go to school today without a sandwich. I mean, Jimmy, make a sandwich.
But we gotta open their mind. You know?
Yeah, I think it's just learning.
I'm trying to make them understand.
Yeah.
Like,
I think people, sometimes you have to learn from like, hey, you got a little bit of suffering is good.
Yeah, it is.
It's like, it makes you appreciate it. Sometimes, so it's hard to balance like, hey, you want them to do it, but you don't want to do it too much where it's like making it easy for them. Like, when I take it for granted, I'm like, hey man, this is, I know it's a lot of work now, but it's going to pay off and it's good.
Yeah. At least we got to tell them.
Yeah.
You know, our background, where we come from, and teach them like little things like you did, you know?
That's our job. I mean, if we don't do that. Hey.
So, but going back to the wine.
Going back to wine.
What's your next step then? I mean, you got this beautiful place that I think is probably going to become a speakeasy at one point, and I think you should do it. You're going to dominate.
It was a real speakeasy. Don't tell us it was a real speakeasy.
Real speakeasy.
Ago, but now it's legit. You know, I guess the next step, you know, for me, it's, you know, every year I want to make better wine.
I mean, the wine is awesome, man.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm really enjoying it.
I mean,
and I'm picky, Frank.
He's picky.
I'm super picky.
It tastes good right now, I think.
I don't even order nothing because he's gonna like give a comment. So I'm like, okay. And then we went to, well, whatever. Even when we go to a place that he picks, he complains. I'm like, okay, dude, you pick the place, dude. You pick. The place.
I know, but they change sometimes.
It's like the Super Tuscany we were talking about. Yeah. In Italy, I made a friend. This is a cool story. So I made a friend with a guy who owns a winery in Tuscany. We're in Tuscany.
Wow.
And I'm like looking for wineries to go visit. So I text him on IM, you know, on Instagram. And he's like, oh, we're not open, but come tomorrow. I'm like, I'm a winemaker from Chicago. Well, he's got his father and him with the building in the basement. It's the, you know, La Cantina. And he's got a vineyard in Tuscany, like right by Multiple Channel.
That's pretty cool.
So I'm like, okay, so he comes, he shows me, okay. And it's so funny because, I mean, I love our culture, you know, but it's so funny in Italy because he says, okay, try this, you know, Vino Nobile di Multiple Channel, which is like Sangiovese 100%.
Yeah, Sangiovese. Yeah.
And then this is another Sangiovese 100%.
You make Sangiovese here too?
We do, yeah, for the Super Tuscan, which is Sangiovese and Cabernet Sauvignon.
I saw some of your videos.
Yeah. So that's the Sangiovese is this powerhouse grape in Tuscany.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody makes it.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like everybody's making the same thing. Like who's got a better one?
Yeah,
it's like guys, we're all on the same hill. You know, it's like they're all
it's
making it. It's like
plus
who's
or minus.
better?
Yeah.
But it's a pride thing. You know, so 100% Sangiovese. You know, these big botte, huge barrels that are they're called botte. They're big tanks that are they're wood. And they're all making this stuff, right? So he's like, and I got this Super Tuscan. It's like a Super Tuscan to blend. So I look at him and I said, I tried it. I said, oh, it's good. He's like, it's for the Americans. I'm like, what? I'm like, this is good. It's really good. He's like, we make Sangiovese here. This is Tuscany. I'm like, okay.
Doesn't for America.
But you know, it's like that pride that goes into it too.
Yeah.
You know, I think that goes into it. And that's why a lot of people want to go to Italy because they're like, you know, we don't have that here.
But in Italy, that's the big thing about restaurants or little shops or the guy who makes little pizza and wine. They have pride. Yeah. They literally take it. They take it serious.
They don't bad because it's kind of like
they take it serious.
You take they drop the customer service, but I kind of like it because they'll tell you off. Yeah. I think I was a kid and my dad. We were one of the first times with my father. We went to Italy and they're like. So, you know, us, we're American. We go to we're in Sicily probably, if I recall. There's like a fish restaurant. So my dad's talking to the owner. He's like, hey, you guys want to eat here? And we're saying English. Like, we want pizza. The guy got so mad.
Oh, right.
He got so many. He's like, okay, go to a bar and eat a pizza then.
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
City, yeah.
We ended up eating there. It was good. But anyway, it was just funny. Like it's not like here it would be like we got
do
pizza. Don't worry, we'll make something, or we could offer you this or that. Like he was like, okay, well then leave. We're not gonna put on. So they have that kind of thing where it kind of comes across as rude, but like, but they're like, this is how we do it. If you don't like it, you can go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Well, that's I was in Termini, like in Roma, like the train station.
Yeah.
And it's an the international train terminal. Everybody's going into Rome, out to north, south, France, and there's all these trains. If people are listening, they've never been there. It's like it's like going to O'Hare for trains. So there's a train station, and they've got a coffee place. They've got the store with you can buy your iPhone charger. They have a cafe. They have the food. So you go up to the register to pay for the coffee, and everybody and I'm sitting there waiting for my train, observing, and I see Americans, people that are trying to speak Italian and they'll go up and they're like, "Mi dai un latte per favore?" Okay, could I have a latte? Okay, so she's like, "Certo, €5, right?" So she gives a ticket, and they go to the bar. Then I see another one, boom, boom, boom. And they're all at the bar. So the guy at the bar gets the ticket, he's like, okay. So makes the latte. So the lady comes, she's like, is there any coffee? Excuse me, is there any coffee in this? She's like, no, you asked for latte. That's milk.
Yeah.
And he's already got the espresso made. He's like, you want coffee? Okay, put it in there. And they did, again, same thing. And again, and I'm just laughing, and okay, it's an international train terminal.
Yeah.
They know Starbucks. They know that when you come to America, it's like, can I have a latte? And that means cafe latte. But here you have to say cafe latte. If you don't say cafe latte, we give you warm milk. And they will not bend, man. I was like, this is crazy.
They're not gonna bend. They gotta just prove a point.
This is our culture.
They're not gonna bend.
Learn how to say it right.
They're not gonna bend.
But you gotta love that though. You know what I mean? What's wrong with that? And even people that come here in America, like, there's certain stuff like I'm positive, a lot of stuff, right, that I'm learning over the years too. Like,
When did you come to America?
So I have a strange story. I was born here, but then I left when I was a kid, and then came back in when was it? 2001?
Yeah. 2000, 2001.
2000 and in 2001, 2002.
You were born here.
Born here, then left when I was a kid, was raised there, high school, a little college, and then came back
to Chicago
and stayed.
People don't think that happens. They, in America, don't think that happens. Everybody comes here, but no, some people come here and then they leave and they come back.
Yeah, it happens.
Oh, that's good.
But yeah, I think that it's nice to you got to be proud, have some pride, right? Italy or France or England or even the United States.
The French are like that too.
You shouldn't.
They're stuck with wine. It's serious. It doesn't have to. It's good to have pride. That's what makes like our place special. It's different.
100%.
It's different. It's more than just the wine. God makes the wine, but what we put into it is important, and the way that people experience here too is important. But if you have to take pride in what you do, and I think that comes out. Why, drink better, right? People just drink something better, drink better.
100%.
If you just bend all the time, then you're just a big company. Let's make something, throw some sugar in,
agree.
take out the tannins, make it a patio pounder wine, so we can just get this going.
Just mass production.
But that's not
to make money.
Yeah, that's not everybody wants to make money, but that's not the quality.
Yeah. It's not the mission. It's not the mission.
No, La Vita Bella is not that way. If you want the Vita Bella, you can't just go to the grocery store and buy.
And that's why we're here at Vin
312.
312. I mean, this place is amazing, man.
Yeah.
The wine was really good. I think I'm a little drunky.
But
it's all good.
It's a very unique place. You can't just go down the road in any neighborhood and find a place like this.
Yeah, no, it's unique, little boutique
and
style.
Warner's the man. Warner keeps he's got a lot of pride.
Warner's really cool.
For 10 years now.
We're gonna be doing parties here.
Yeah, we're gonna come in for a party.
And this was an amazing podcast.
It's a collaboration, man. I
Yeah.
mean, I think
It is.
that's the collaboration too, with like different industries, different people have passion. Real estate, and how can we get
Everything.
to that fulfills that reality purpose. How do we get to reality? You
Yes.
know, I mean, it's not hard to buy real estate. It's not hard.
No.
You just have to be with friends that can help you out, and that's what we bring that part of our culture to other people. They like
Correct.
that too.
I think it's good to get inspired from other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And exchange energy, right?
Yeah,
like
sure.
like you did with your your friend and the podcast, maybe the video, and then me with Frank. And vice versa.
Awesome.
But yeah, it was an awesome podcast.
Salute.
Salute.
Whatever, we'll figure it out.
To Vin
Vin
312
312 and Ravenswood.
Ravenswood.
Ciao, ciao.